Today is the 29th day of August in Abaco, Bahamas. On the 25th of August, I did a video that opened a conversation and a dialogue hit Abaco like wildfire because nobody has used to anybody coming speaking about this vexing problem of Haitians and Haitians Bahamian. I have some Haitian friends that, or let's say that they are Bahamians of Haitians background that say I should do a video and recant my story. Hell to the no. Whenever I come here, it's very thought out. I don't speak off the top of my hand. I write stuff down and I try to dialogue on something I know. I know the subject matter. So Frankie, Florida, and Denali Mackie Penn could give out their $20 brochure for gas to try to buy votes. I am speaking about this Bahamas and what I'd like to see this Bahamas become. See, there was a wise man way before Kai, and he recognized me one day, went to his office with Beulah Rutherford and a bunch of us, and after they finished speaking, they asked everybody to leave. And Sir Lyndon called me and said, "Who are you? Where did you learn to speak like that?" I said, "Read and understand. I learned to speak right here at Ocean View Park. I was the first president of the student body at Abaco Central High, first elected person to be the president of the student body at Abaco Central High, Kai Mills. I was only 15 years old then. So I knew I had some leadership from way back then. But you have these jealousy in the island, and know you have talent, and it always come from within your group. Everybody that I've been associated with, everybody in local government, I brought most of them in there. And they got that jealous bone just because I could speak, and I want not no crooked stuff to happen. But them, my mother say, Kai never envy anybody for what they got, because what they did to get what they got, you wouldn't necessarily do. And I see it hand over foot what they do. Crooked, crooked, crooked. And on the 25th, when I talk about the Haitian Bahamian and the quiet takeover, and you see it more and more, I drove a guy yesterday. This guy has a big project. Hopetown people would know him. His name is Garrett Grew. And Garrett always called me when he leaving Miami to come to Abaco. He bought the Elbow Key property. Garrett concern is that he has over 200 Haitians on his property after the hurricane. He didn't invite them there. He didn't mind because they didn't have any place to live. But it's now over the top. He's been back to Elbow Key 5 times to rid his property. He got a multi-million-dollar property that he's trying to put into condominiums and a beautiful resort. But he cannot get the authorities to help him to move the Haitians off his property in Hopetown. So he asked me, he said, "Kai, how could this be?" I talked to the government. The government people are not willing to assist me in removing these people. There's too many of them. How could I get them moved? I gave him some ideas. He said, "That's brilliant. I never thought about that. It's your property. You have to know what to do to get people off your property, and most of them are illegal. That is because the Director of Immigration, through the Minister of Immigration, Ellsworth Johnson, who's a first-generation Haitian, has refused to do anything about the repatriation of illegals in Abaco after Hurricane Dorian. I saw a clip today from Nassau where Bahamians, and I felt the same way. I don't go to Fish Fry anymore because Fish Fry is all run by the Haitian nationals. They got the whole Fish Fry, so I go up to Porter's Key, that's a girl there, that I used to go there, and it's a Bahamian experience. You know what it is to be in the Bahamas and you cannot experience that Bahamian experience? You experience another culture. Same way in Abaco. It's so sad for me as a Bahamian and somebody, the Haitian said, oh, you're trying to incite hatred between Haitians and Bahamian and you're trying to be a member of parliament. I'm trying to be a member of parliament just for Bahamians, because what's going to happen to our kids when they have to fight? There was a country in Europe, forgot the name of the country, that the leaders found out, like, hold on, wait a minute. Every other person we see is not from this country. So he shut it down, had everybody deported. You saw the same thing the other day right next to Haiti. Can't even think of the place right next to Haiti. They're adjacent land. But they changed the Constitution when they found out that they were being overrun by Haitians. They changed the Constitution and run everybody out of the country. When I look at the job market here, every available slot is a Haitian or Haitian background. That is not healthy for a growing country. That is not healthy for a small country like the Bahamas. How could it be in Abaco after the hurricane? First of all, how are we as Bahamians gonna rebuild in our island of Abaco when the crooks in the FNMs, them MP in Nassau, send all their people here to Abaco, already contract up, and then they brought all their people from Nassau and Freeport. Don't hire no Abaconians. Darren Henfield, them are so naive that they even brought people to do the road work. We have people been doing this for years, but they brought a 10-man crew. Half of them are Haitian from Nassau that clean from the airport, back front, Dundas, heading to Moifitan. Darren Henfield was responsible for that. You think Darren couldn't give somebody from Abaco at least a job to take the weeds and the trash from on the side of the street that local government has been doing for years? Darren took that from us and brought his boys from Nassau. We look at the schools. We have people that could do the metal roof. K. Forbes Smith and Hiram Lewis, they partner with their boys in Freeport and they bring them in to do the primary school, which is about a $500 million job. And now they're on the high school. And then Darren, again, the dumbest MP in the world, these people got a contract to do the school, the high school. And the brother brought all his crew at the school. No Abaconians is included. We didn't even know about the tender. We don't even know how much is on the table. This is a government supposed to be of transparency. So after the hurricane, if there's 2,000 more Haitians in Guanakee, Hopetown, and Marshaba, where is the job market for Bahamians? You know what the Haitians said on my chat? Bahamians are so no good and lazy. They are now in my town telling us just the way Dr. Livingston Marshall said about the Mexicans. The Haitians is now joining Dr. Livingston Marshall and say Bahamians are so weightless. Very weightless in some instances because Bahamians hired the Haitians for most instances and trained them to take the job. One fella said, you know, he went to college and he got Bahamians working for him as a Haitian. Well, thank you. They should thank you. I ain't gonna thank you because I ain't working for you. I could work for myself. But my subject is that if Kai Mills cannot speak for Bahamians as a Bahamian without a backlash from Haitians that has Bahamian passport, that most instances these people have never set foot in Haiti, never been to Haiti. Boy, but do they hate the Bahamas and they hate Bahamians. Most instances we were a stepping stone to go to America to improve your quality of life. The Bahamas did that. When I was going to high school, one of the most racist organizations was the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church picked every Haitian and put them to college 10, 20 at a time, and they wouldn't pick no Bahamians. I see it here, and I was like angry at Maxwell's. This NGO was given 1,500 food voucher. We didn't know about it. But when I look at what was going on, I said, I see everybody there have the ID. They were not even Haitian Bahamian. They had Haitian passport, plural. 50 deep were all Haitians. And they got the $1,500 grocery. You know what that would have done for families that just came back from Nassau? They would have said, wow, thank you, Jesus, there is a God. But we were excluded. Why are we not first in Abaco? That's my cry. I ain't on the Haitian Bahamian run. I am on the Bahamian run. The NGOs that are bringing the food and stuff in here, they are now making sure that you sign up when you get these so they can make sure that there's some Haitian name on there. Most of these people do not think that there's such thing as a poor Abaconian. We are just as poor, in more cases, more poor than the Haitians. They have broken all the rules and climbed to the top of the ladder. Ask Frankie Campbell. Ask the Minister of Immigration. They're already at the top of the ladder when Kai Mills is still at the bottom as a 10th generation Bahamian. So dare anybody that just came ashore gonna tell Kai how to speak, how to act, and what to expect, and threaten me with some votes to shut up and stay off a situation that is spiraling out of control. It is out of control here in Abaco, baby. Where is the official that we pay to make this Bahamas voice for Bahamian? We should not become fourth in this town of Abaco. We went from first, second, third, now we're fourth. If we can't find a Haitian, okay, we'll see if we can get one of them lazy Bahamians. That is what they label us at. We're lazy, we're no good. But we're in the Bahamas, and we're Bahamians, and we're being labeled as such. And we, Bahamians, built this island, and God himself has placed Bahamians on this rock, and this rock ought to be for Bahamians. This is what Kai is saying, because I'm on my chat and I got 1,144 Facebook followers that I send my video to, and I am allowed to exercise my democratic right in the Bahamas. Kai Care, you're here on WCAY.